All right.
Hello.
Another piggy day along the Piggy Way. Can y'all hear me? I want to start off with that first. Make sure y'all can hear me. Miss Joy popping in there first, and Indiana Chris, and there's Melinda Dobson. Of course, Elena's in there.
Always.
Not getting no feedback on whether or not I can be heard. They're not saying they can. I got the microphone on.
We shall see. It's all good on her. Okay.
All right. Now, that's what I'm looking for.
We've had enough problems with the microphones.
5x5.
Yeah.
All right. Catfish dog.
Hey, Tim, what's been?
Howdy, sir. How you doing?
Hey. What we talking about today, Piggy?
Anything and everything. Whatever comes across my piggy brain.
Uh-oh, we in trouble, y'all.
All right. Wait for a minute and see anybody else comes in. The bears. What's wrong with the bears? They having trouble finding their salmon?
Hey, Miss Joyce.
Yeah, she's been in there a minute. Big Cetus.
I was trying to get something caught up right here real quick.
Well, you get something caught up here real quick.
I did.
Goes at Chicago Bears. Well, Joy, I figured it had something to do with some football team out there. Y'all know I ain't into sports. I don't get into it. But I had to try to make a little bit of a funny out of it.
And we have to say hello to Mr. Scott. We love you, Mr. Scott.
Brother Scott.
He ain't in there, I don't think, but I know even for Miss Joyce, he's usually around. So
Somewhere.
yeah.
And in case Randy and Nicole and Bubba are back there, we'll say howdy to them too.
Most definitely.
Yeah, I'm not into sports, y'all. I had to be around football when I was in high school because I played in the band, played drums, section leader, soloist. That had its fun moments. Had some bad moments. Of course, everything's going to have some bad moments. But it was fun. But as for sports itself, I just ain't into it. Guess that started with Little League Baseball. I only got to play so long. I wound up throwing my back out, throwing the ball home from the position I was at. And pulled something. They said it was a pulled muscle, but I'm pretty sure it's a herniated disc because it's the same as the ones that was in my neck. And has all the earmarks of being one. So, but I didn't get to play the rest of that season or any other year after that.
It'd be so good. Switch to 2 hours. I'll never get back watching them stinking birds.
I'll say there's that too, Catfish Dope. I don't watch them sports. A lot of that stuff is already decided in Las Vegas anyhow. Kind of like Avid.
Hi, Avid.
Kind of like voting. I still go and do it because it's my civic duty. But I know it ain't going to do a fist fight worth of good. And then a lot of people, they get overly fanatical about such things. Saw this one boy, I was in high school, there's this one boy who was a trumpet player. He liked the Atlanta Falcons. And they had lost yet another game. A couple of guys was giving him a hard time about it. That boy did a Superman fly jump, just woo, over about 2 or 3 rows of chairs in the band room trying to get after them because they were talking trash to him. And I'm like, why are you going to get that fanatical over something like that? Ain't no call for it. Ain't no sense in it. Yeah, but the Bigfoot is here. Well, I should say it's there because it ain't here. Because if it was here, the pig would be running somewhere scared. That little video you showed me popped in mind. So things like that, yeah, just even while still in school, kind of turned me off of sports because the way people get. Yeah, it's like a lot of other things, people get totally fanatical about it. And it's just like, yeah, I know it's not everybody. I know some people are just passionate about it. Supporting their team once they put their support behind. That's all well and good. But, it's like my senior drill instructor boot camp taught us. You always got that 10% make it bad for everybody else. So, you got those folks like that trumpet player when I was in high school. That's part of that 10%, make it bad for everybody else, is a bad example to everybody else of what a sports fan is. Ones like that, I think it's kind of funny because, you got these sports stars out there making hundreds of thousands and tens of millions of dollars or more all doing their sport. And they know they got people out there like that trumpet player that'll get out there and act a total fool in defending them. Shoot it the way they trade back and forth to this team or that team. They ain't loyal to that team. They loyal to that dollar.
Yeah.
But you'll got people out there, they're loyal to the team and act a fool over them.
Hi, Molly. Welcome in, hon.
Molly!
Miss Linda Peterson, hello there.
Linda! Oh, yeah. So that's a large reason why I don't get into sports. People act too much a fool over it. Lose a lot of money over it, too.
Yep.
Betting back and forth.
I've just never liked sports. I mean, that's just me. I was forced to go to football games, and basketball games, and baseball games when I was a
Well,
kid.
you know, if it was just good, clean sports, I might could get into it.
Well, these were high school, and it was good, clean sports. It's just I wasn't interested in
Shoot,
sports. I prefer to read. I couldn't take my
it ain't good, clean sports even there. And and younger than that, you know, because you got parents, they get hyper fanatical over that stuff too. You know, so and there's always going to be a little hand greasing here and there for one reason or another to get this or get that, so as to get things and winds blowing in a certain direction as favors for this one or that one, and all like that. You know, it's kind of a lot of that stuff. Like one guy told me doing a military reference, talking about inspections and stuff. They like outcome of that inspection was already decided in the shaving mirror that morning. Johnny Small Pepper.
Hey, Johnny.
So that's why I'm not into sports. You know, too much craziness, too many people blowing and losing their money over it, all like that. Professional sports, especially, those outcomes are already decided in Las Vegas. You got major money, paying out major money to make it come out a certain way, so they make more major money. A lot of it got found out, and it's gotten harder to prove, but it's out there. Yes, Anna Chris, she sure did.
Oh, yes, I did. I cracked them open, and they're good. I cracked them open last night.
She sure did. Fortunately, her system is starting to get used to them because they ain't having the effect they did at first.
And putting the peppers in them really, really helped. I'll say that. Don't get me wrong, they were good before, but now they got that little bite.
I might have to try one
Yeah,
since you said that.
good. They're not as flangy, pickly. They've got that slight.
Got that little bite to them.
But it's got that little heat to it. Bite of heat to it.
I might have to try one since you said that.
Yeah.
Something about the spice just makes everything come out right.
Yeah.
Well, catfish dog, I get that part of it. It's better them doing that than be doing other things. And it's, you know, it's good for that reason. You know, and it gets them pretty much healthy, exercising, and brings them up to their full potential of strength and whatnot. Everything. There are good things to it. Don't get me wrong on that. You know, better to have a sports and music program than would be to just not be nothing for them to do, so they go out shaking stuff today. You know, that like the old song, you know, or the old saying, uh, idle hands are devil's playground. It is out here, it is everywhere. Of course, in my region, the bigger thing is music, the marching band. Yeah, well, I should say they're as big about the music as they are the sports. Rita,
Hi, Miss Rita.
how is you doing? Oh, Lord have mercy. I said, Johnny, I took out the jalapeno seeds and replaced the seed with ghost pepper seed and the stuffed jalapeno poppers.
Yeah, I saw that, and I was sitting here like,
Woo-wee!
yeah.
Somebody don't know about that. You talk about surprise, surprise, surprise.
Yeah, Miss Linda, them eggs have had a tendency to do that. They'll clean you out in a heartbeat. And Miss Joy, I understand. Yeah, where I grew up, Texas, it wasn't Texas. I was in North Alabama. Man, they're serious about their football and basketball. I tell you.
Yeah. Well, I'll just put it out there. My school, they were kind of serious about their sports, but everything was pretty good except football team. Football team sucked. Our wrestlers were great. Our girls basketball was great. Boys basketball, they weren't too good. And our band was great. Our band was the best thing about us. It might be a little bit of prejudicial thinking there because I was in the band, but we brought home more trophies than anybody else did at school.
Rita made some great peanut brittle. I gotta watch that. I love peanut brittle.
That sounds good.
That's something me and Piggy both can have is peanut brittle. I love that stuff. Cashew brittle. That's good.
I said, Piggy, I do have someone in mind for those poppers. It ain't me, is it? Yeah, Linda, I was a snare drummer and the section leader and the soloist, the snare soloist. And was doing some pretty good stuff. And band director, he was keeping it at one level. And one night at one game, I wound up losing a stick. And I already had a very hard solo to do as it was for two hands. I lost a stick and I still pulled that solo off with one hand. My band director made my solos harder after that. My arm was hurting when I was done. It was a very involved solo. Lots of sixteenths, accents, and cymbal. Buck Williams, how you doing?
Hey, Buck.
Or some of my fellow drummers, they had a few names for me. They say they did it out of respect because they looked up to me. It even made a little song. It wasn't too flattering. Got to a point, I told band director, I said, you either get them to quit that stuff or I don't go on the field tonight. But that little song they like to do stopped that night. But, of course, the one that replaced me as section leader after I graduated, he was kind of my little protege. He'd see me do a little diddle and whatnot, and he'd go off into a practice room and he would practice that diddle until he got it down. And he turned out to be real good. Last bit of my senior year, I worked it out with the band director to let that boy be the acting section leader. And boy, I gave him a hard time.
Y'all Piggy wouldn't do that, surely.
Stuff be going on and something up, and he'd be like, you're supposed to blah, 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 blah. And I just look at him and say, who you think you talking to? And boy, his face would get even redder because he knew what I was saying. Realized I knew what I was doing. Well, but I think that goes for all men if they in their right mind. Of course, there's some men out there that ain't in their right mind. That, you know,
I ain't touching that with a 10-foot post.
I'm just going to veer off from that one. Oh, man. Lady, I will be placing the order for both in a few weeks, Abbott says.
Okay.
Fluff!
I'd love welcome in, darling. Just send me a message when you're ready, Abby, and I'll have it for you.
Yeah, she's on the ready for you. How's the sun is shining down under this morning for you, Fluff? I just sitting here reminiscing, talking about sports, high school sports, and high school stuff. Joe C, New Image Landscape and Concrete. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Good to see you.
Hey, Josie, welcome in.
Trying out this new time and get on here for a little while and jabber jaw about whatever. And kind of be like that old show, Cheers. Come to a place where everybody knows your name.
Hey, that works.
Look says it's all good. Been making images for my new story channel.
Cool.
That sounds good. Never know. Buck might start a new Hollywood. Make it better.
Hey, works for me.
Hey, anything got to be better than what they do nowadays. Fixing everything up the way they're doing. Oh, long live the king. Yeah, they did switch up, didn't they?
Public holiday.
Yep.
Cool.
Must be something involving the king.
Yeah. Only thing I know about the king over there is uh, he married to second wife, and that's about it.
Joy said, King Charlie, I'm almost sorry.
Charlie, did you hear that? You're king. I bet you could do just as good a job.
Indiana Chris said, let's see a jar of them pickled eggs.
Give me just a minute. Oh, no.
Indiana Chris, that kind of reminded me of a biker rally, and people saying, show you.
This is the unopened jar. Here you go, Piggy. That's an unopened jar.
Pickled eggs.
That's the open jar.
Can you tell the difference?
Yeah. I likes my pickled eggs.
One of these days, I'm gonna have me a big camera, get all this in. Might get a better computer and put a nice camera on it and just feed it in that way. That gives me an idea for eggs. Well, the only thing I say to that is make sure you clean out the chitlin area real good before you do that.
Yep, Miss Linda, Chris, they are yummy. I love them.
Haven't said a new way to pickle eggs.
Rose City and Science Truck Show. Imagine him going 90 miles per hour down the road. So I saw that. That was cute. I loved it.
Awesome. Yeah, she keeps telling me she's gonna show me that stuff. She ain't yet.
I have showed you.
No, you ain't.
No, I ain't. I thought I did.
That's what you get for thinking. Told you about that thinking.
I showed you some of them he sent. I know I did.
No. So, pickled eggs with a big what?
With a big key, I think. Right off the
Well, it was spelled K-I-B-K, so I have no idea.
Yeah, the C and the B are right next to each other on the keyboard. That's why I'm thinking it's key.
And it said smoke eggs are great also. Oh, with a big kick.
Yeah.
Oh, them poppers, huh? Yeah, if I thought about it a minute, I might have come up with that, Linda, but that threw me. It's kind of like somebody telling you something. You know what I mean? No, not really.
Thank you, Chris. Yeah. Anybody's interested in my video?
Sampy!
Hi, Sandy.
Fluff said, Dan likes pickled eggs from the deli. Oh, my poor nose.
Teach him to make his own, Fluff, and they'll be better.
Well, they'd be better, and the more he does them a little at a time, the better his system will react to them. It won't be quite as bad as
PSV Odyssey, welcome in.
PSV. Because when she first cracked open that first bit she had and went overboard, it was bad. But she'd been eating them a little at a time ever since, and I hadn't noticed. So it's not been bad.
David says, I love Alan's videos. Thank you, Evan. I love yours too. I like watching your cooking videos.
Buck said I had email open, so hi back to anyone I missed. Buck said I showed him your recipe, Elaine, and he said to me, do it. Hey, it'd be cheaper too.
Yeah, really. I mean, I know when you go to the deli or anywhere else that sells them individually like that, you're paying quite a bit compared to what it would cost to make them at home.
Especially when a place attaches that deli part to it.
Yeah.
Oh, you already know the price is going to be up there. You sit there and make those, and you probably make a ton of those. What it costs him to get a couple of them there.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, putting just the 10 eggs in the jar instead of the whole doesn't really work out a lot better.
Depends on the size jar she's got.
Well, yeah, I've got quart jars. I'm not sure what size jars you have, but
Well, you know they're going to get them in the metric system measurement.
Yeah, well, if it's equivalent to a quart jar, it'd be 10 eggs. If it's equivalent to a pint jar, I would say about 5. Yeah,
You never know. When she talks about him liking them pickled eggs, she might have to get one of them big jars. Do a whole bunch of them at once, and that way Yeah, he can sit there and they ain't gonna go bad. Cause I'm pretty sure he would eat them regular.
I love, but that's something I've been eating since I was just a small kid. The Bigfoot, it's big, big good
Oh,
for
and
me.
plus, tell Dan we said you're welcome. I just hope you don't get to hate us for it. Yeah, and yeah, that's what I was telling Elaine she should do, but she said no. She just doing those smaller jars.
Yeah, I've got a 1 gallon jar in there, but I just prefer to have the small jars that way I can come that way. I want to try.
Tish!
Hi, Tish, welcome in. I've seen people who pickle bologna get the long bologna uh, rolls and chunk up the bologna, or else make bologna sticks out of it, put it in jars, and pickle that. And I'd like to try that.
I just like to get one with a meat slicer and slice my own bologna.
Well, that too, you know.
Might cost a good bit from the outset, but it'd save a lot of money in the long run. Indiana Chris, we don't know if he's here or not, but we know that when Joy's in here, he's usually somewhere around.
Yeah, he said he saw someone say hi to Scott. I always say hi to Scott, even though whether I see his name or not.
Joy said he's listening.
Yeah, like I say, I figure he's listening in the background, and
Yeah,
I want to know we thinking about him.
we figure deal like a lot of folks figure us. If one's around, the other one is.
That's usually the way it is because if Piggy's in a live listening or typing or whatever, I'm usually in the background doing something that I can still hear.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll hop in, and sometimes I don't because I'm trying to get stuff done. Oh,
I think Avid plans to make me think I'm in a Chainsaw Massacre movie.
uh-oh.
He said, Linda, my meat slicer is ready for the piggy when I catch him.
I saw that. Uh-oh. Buck, I like that. That one never been the wheelchair, but I think I like that other one better because it looks like it's a go-kart.
Animal! How you would, dude?
Hi, Dan. Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Animal said he's been watching football all day, relaxing.
Right. One way to do it if you like football.
Hey, that's what floats your boat. I said, I need to find a big wooden mallet. Well, you find you one.
I would say try Harbor Freight, try Lowe's or Home Depot or Ace Hardware. You might find one of those places.
Well, if he wants it for what I think he wants it for, he better go find one of them really good craftsmen to make him one. Look up Darvin Orver on YouTube. She makes mallets.
Dan, laundry is a never-ending thing. That's something that's constantly being done.
Yeah, that's one of them never-ending stories. Well, like I said, look up Darvin Orver. DARBINORVER. She does a whole lot of stuff, but she does make mallets. And she's a heck of a craftsman. She's another one of them don't need my help because she's way up there anyway, got sponsors and all sorts of things, everything, but can't take nothing away from a woman. That woman is smart.
Well, her husband ain't slacking the smarts either.
Yeah, from what I understand, he's smarter than she is. Kind of like Rachel.
Let me get it, Abbott, and I'll send it to you.
Yeah, she's real good. I found her through watching Stumpy Nubs. I ain't watched her in a long time, but that's because she started getting into things that just went over my head.
It's ORBAR.
Okay, thank you.
I'll send the link to you. I'm gonna send it to you in Messenger, Abbott.
I didn't get to get them, but I know a lady had a bunch of nice old woodworking tools. And I'm going to tell you, I wish I could have studied under her because she showed me some of her work.
With Mama Grace?
Mama Gracie.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, she showed me the tools out in her old shed, garage, whatever it is, and everything. And I thought, wow, that's really nice. And then she showed me some of the stuff she made with those tools. Folks, if I went hard at it for 20 years, I still wouldn't be at her level. That woman do some woodwork.
and I want to tell y'all something about the lady he was just talking about, Mama Grace. She was raised with my mama and her brother and sisters. And she made the first 3 that I know of birthday cakes. She could do pretty much anything she wanted to do and set her mind to do.
Yep. Pontoon Judy, howdy.
Hey, Jody, welcome in, darling.
Yeah, Mama Gracie, she showed me some of the stuff she had made. I'm gonna tell you what, I was blown away. That woman was a craftsman.
She made a pie safe with the 10-punch front. It was what, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, about 8 or 10 pieces of 10 on it. Thinking, because I know it was 2 on each, 1 on each side, because the door had. It was made like a little French door, but it had the 10 instead of glass.
Yeah.
And she did the 10 punching herself. She made the pie safe herself.
Johnny! Get them
Hey,
farms! Yeah, the folks, the pieces she showed me, I would have sworn came from a master craftsman. They were that nice.
She was good friends with my Aunt Ruth, the one that passed away from cancer. Her husband, and then when Grace's husband passed away, Aunt Ruth passed away. And about a year or so after Aunt Ruth passed away, Grace and Uncle Wayne started dating, became a couple companions. And never got married, but they were really good friends.
Yeah.
And she passed away a year or 2 ago.
Johnny, I saw some of that racing you did on that live. That was all right. I saw that older GTO lined up behind yours. That was nice. Saw Christine focusing in on that Trans Am back there too.
Why focus in on a Trans Am when you got a GTO?
Well, Trans Ams are nice. They're not a GTO, but they're nice. Johnny said, she is outside, Linda.
Johnny Smallpepper asking Dan how his job's going.
Right.
It's going great, I hope. Ooh, man.
Yeah, I enjoyed watching that. Get out there. They had some kind of a grudge match or some type of thing they called it between him and another. I need to get in there and watch that.
Cool, want some cash.
Hey, that's always good.
Congratulations on the promotion, Dan. I hadn't heard about it, but congratulations.
Well, that's good. Danimal, what exactly is it you do now? I know you've said, but my memory is about as good as a colander.
I started to say his memory's about as good as pouring water through a sieve. I can't say much. Mine's about the same. If I don't write it down, I forget it.
Right. I don't really try to remember a whole lot anymore. Oh, wow. He's a jet engine mechanic for the DOD Air Force.
Cool beans.
Yeah, that's good money. And you got a promotion to boot. That's excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, you get to knowing all you can about that, you can pretty much name your price. Yeah, Linda, I don't think Johnny has to do much whip cracking to get Christine out there working outside. That girl likes to work.
Well, I just subscribed to you.
Oh, okay. Well, you starting out with them, so where you was kind of a top dog in a way, and now where you at, you ain't. But as you learn and go and get your time in, you'll get up there. What I miss on the channel?
Buck's channel for his stories, called Stories from David Crockett. I just subbed you and subbed me too.
All right. Works for me. I'm glad you told me that way. I won't be sitting there wondering what that is when it pops up as a notification. I guess that means you and me got to it first.
Me, you, Joy, and Jody. Jody said, Buck, I wanted to be the first subscriber. I was the third.
Jody, as you know, sometimes you got to be quicker on the draw. I don't try to be first. I'm too slow.
As long as I ain't late to the table when they say dinner time, because I don't want to run out of food. I'm sorry.
That's like being called names. I don't care what nobody calls me, just don't call me late for supper.
I'm cool. Daniel said we ended up being the fastest car in the quick 16 race. That's cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, I noticed on one of those videos, right at the end of one video where you're working on the thing, you showed a quick clip of one of your races going up against a guy. And I noticed you real quick off that light. That's a whole lot of the race right there too. Quicker you can get off on the light, you gone. But it said she make a stir fry for tonight.
That sounds good.
She said something about she gonna make something for a video for tomorrow.
Yeah, it's just gonna be something quick and simple what we're having for supper. And I figure
We done went through that chicken pie, didn't we?
yes, we have. It's gone.
Bummer. I've been sitting here thinking about it.
I said the light is everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured that out, boy. I tell you what, I was sitting there watching, all of a sudden you gone, the other guy was trying to catch up. Dang, that light hit and he was gone. It'd be the kind of thing I wouldn't mind going to see, but man, it was loud on the video. I can't imagine what it was like being there.
That's why you wear headphones.
You know, I mean, I've been close to a dirt track before. And, you know, I've heard them from a mile away, and I'm like, holy cow, I couldn't be in there.
Yeah, Johnny, I think I've made a bologna sandwich video too one time. Hey, it's whatever you're eating. Don't say, listen, this is what's out there. This is what we eat.
Right? A day in the life type thing. I mean, you know, that's what there is. That's what there is. I ain't got nothing against a good bologna sandwich.
That's one reason I really love Miss Joy's videos because she shows what she's cooking for supper.
Yeah, and dessert. Seen some of them things she's been doing for dessert. Ooh wee.
I don't think Dan likes bologna.
That just means there's more for me. Good stuff.
We had fried bologna this morning for breakfast.
Had it for breakfast yesterday too.
Oh, way to go, Dan.
Well, that's good. The animals is to each their own on that.
Mm-hmm. That's like I made that one video about the ham sandwich. And somebody popped up on there and told me eating ham is wrong. Come to eat, you, I do me. Then they try to come back and tell me I'm wrong. Well, I finally blocked it because I ain't putting up with that. I'm sorry.
They's trying to make a scriptural thing out of it. It was obvious to me they hadn't read their scriptures.
Like green bologna and smoke it off. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw something that's called they make the bark like on the barbecue. It's called bologna bark. You make it, you smoke the bologna and then you cut it in chunks and then you put it back in the smoker and let it get good.
Johnny said I ate a lot of bologna, but I had a fantastic fried green tomato and bacon sandwich today.
Oh, that sounds good too.
The animal said not even dieting, just haven't had any peppermint schnapps lately. Yeah, that'll kind of abstaining from that'll kind of help you lose a little bit.
Oh, Miss Jody, you talking about my eatings right there. That's how me and Piggy like our bologna sandwich with tomato on it, mayonnaise.
Yep.
I like onion. Piggy ain't big on onion. He'll eat it, but he ain't big on it.
Right. And I said I could go for a BLT.
Miss Joy, I love fried green tomatoes too. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Johnny, them fried green tomatoes are good.
Y'all notice that anytime I'm anywhere around a video or a live, we tend to start talking food.
Yeah, it never fails.
Hey, ain't a thing wrong with it. Food is the universal language. All right, Dan.
Which means here in about 10 minutes, we'll go ahead and call it because y'all sitting here making me hungry. And she done talked about making that for tonight on video. So uh, she has appealed to the tummy.
Yeah, Miss Linda, they are great. And think about it around here, if you don't grow your own green tomatoes, they're hard to find.
Yeah.
And if you do find them, you're paying 3 times the price of the red ones.
Melinda said, okay, y'all making me hungry. I'm trying to get work done around the house.
I understand, Melinda. I do.
Well, y'all know I am a piggy. Johnny said, I'm hungry again. I am a piggy, and I likes to eat.
Oh, yeah.
Hence why on hers I am called the happy guinea pig.
Thing about it is, he don't eat near as much as he used to.
Ain't my metabolism just won't allow for it. Well, Linda, we'll have to give them a lot of gamma radiation, make them like the Hulk, turn into a green thing. I like them all, pretty much.
I love the fried green tomatoes. And to me, it's got to the point, I don't eat a lot of tomatoes anymore simply because they don't have any flavor. Now, if you grow your own, they got flavor. But you buy them from the stores, they ain't got no flavor to them.
Yeah. And you got a lot of them that says organic on them. Folks, I watch videos, people that do organic. They talking about the stuff they have to use. Folks, it don't matter. You get regular stuff or organic stuff, they still have to use chemicals in order to be approved. They're different chemicals, but they're still chemicals. So I mean, unless you grow your own, you're gonna get chemicals.
Around here, Miss Linda, at grocery stores, that's pretty much all they have is hothouse tomatoes. And unless I buy them at the produce stand, they grow their own, which they'll be closing down for the year here in about a week or two if they're not already closed down.
Right.
But it's just got the point, I don't eat a lot of tomatoes anymore unless it's in a cooked dish, so I just don't.
But they a little bit less this year than what they have been before. Their produce just wasn't as good this year.
You talking about a farmer's market, Miss Linda? Yeah, we have one around here, but I don't go to it. They just a lot of times it's a case of anybody even showing up. When they show up at like 6 o'clock in the morning. And I'm sorry, I'm not going shopping that early in the morning. If I can help it, I get up early enough as it is to, for us to take his aunt to daycare.
Johnny said we missed our turn while doing a live coming back from Kansas and added 1.5 hours to our trip.
Oh no.
Well, just make sure you was good and tired when you got home and ready to rest. Everything for a reason and a purpose. Yes. Tuesday, we're going to take us a little trip.
Yep. Tuesday we're going on a little trip.
We're going to go towards northeast Georgia,
Up the mountains.
up the mountains.
And we will be doing some videoing for Piggy's channel and for mine.
I hear you, Buck. I never went there, but I know a lot of people did. Yeah, Johnny, it's been a while. We sit around the house and fixed income and all that, and we've been working on building ourselves up for the last 10 years. We still got a long way to go, but we're going to get there. So we don't really get to go nowhere much, no how. So, she been hankering to go somewhere, and she keeps saying where we want to go. Me, I don't care. You point where you want to go. Well, we'll go.
Well, I had thought about us going to Alabama to visit my aunt. But if I go visit her, it's a little over 2-hour drive to get there. And then visiting with her, and there's others there. I have another uncle, another aunt and uncle, and friends, several friends that are family. We wouldn't be able to visit everybody. And I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings because we can't visit with everybody.
Well, what's funny to me is they get their feelings hurt. None of them ever bother to come this way.
So I thought,
Ever.
well, instead of going to visit my aunt, why don't we just make a day of it, go out and plan on eating out at a restaurant we've never been to before.
They don't even bother to hit her up on the phone or on Facebook. They can't be bothered to hit just a little button and say, "Hi, how are you? Been thinking about you."
Well, I can't say that because I don't either. But
That's good. Well, it's kind of like drawing first blood. They drew first blood.
yeah.
They never have, so why should you? She used to, folks, a lot.
And it's like I was telling myself, I thought about going to this place. It's called, I can't think of the name of it, but it's at Gunnersville Lake. I think it's on top of the river. I think it's a seafood place.
It's a reservations only seafood place.
Yeah, and then I looked at another place.
We can't afford that.
That was near there, and it's reservation only seafood place. So, well, won't be going there. So I looked at some barbecue places over in that area, and everything was closed on Tuesdays except for 2 places. And I thought, well, I've really been down that way. It's nice. So I got to looking
Jody,
outside of that area.
Jody says, "I'm passing my favorite fishing spot, headed home. However, so hard not to stop, put the boat in." Well, Jody, fishing for you and some others is kind of like a crack pipe to crackheads. It's hard to put it away.
If you call ahead, stay overnight, and everyone can come and see you. But the thing about it is, they would not. No matter if I was there and put money out for a motel or hotel room and offered to pay for their dinner, they wouldn't come and see me. I would have to literally go to their homes. So I'm.
Linda, I understand that. That's how it is here. Unless there's something I can do for them, I don't hear from them.
And that's pretty much what it is with my family. I've always been the black sheep of my family. It's a case of if my mama didn't make an effort to go see them or keep in touch with them, they'd have never known what was going on in our lives.
Jody says she has an audit at work in 2 weeks. Need my rest tonight so I can work good tomorrow. Well, you be sure to get that rest then.
Most definitely.
Quit thinking about that fishing spot.
I'm telling you, Miss Joy, I've been adulting since I was 16 years old. I'm ready for a break. Another 2 years, I'll take me a break. That'll be 40 years of adulting, and that's enough.
Yeah, Tuesday's just going to give us a little glimpse of that.
Yeah.
One of these days, if this thing ever takes off really good and we got it to do it, We ain't got no fur babies to worry about no more. We might get us one of those little Winnebagos and set up satellite on it and everything where we can do our videos and lives and whatnot and all like that. And just go travel and go see some folks.
The place that we're going to Tuesday is called Rib Country Barbecue in Blairsville, Georgia. And they have a really good menu.
So, Abbott, you going live tonight? If you are, we'll remind everybody to look for it.
Where I'm at on my computer over here. Pull stuff up.
In front of it.
Piggy? Usually he has it listed under live. Yep, he's got a notification on for 8 p.m. I will drop his link.
About an hour and a half from now, folks.
Hashtag challenge winner. Yep. There is Abbott's live. I will link that to the top of the screen there, or to the top of the.
Well, I said, if y'all go eat barbecue Tuesday, I'll go get some at my favorite barbecue joint so we can eat together.
Cold beans. Yeah, that's what we're eating.
Well, Melinda, that's what we're going for. Yeah. And she wants to get the, what was that, the sample platter?
Let me know the menu. I have to tell you what it is. It's called a combo platter is what it's called. Now, take into account, now they are a little bit pricey, but where they're at is kind of a popular area. But they have a combo platter. Now, this is what's on it. I'm just going to read y'all what's on this combo platter first. It's called the Country Feast. It says a delicious combination of smoked pulled pork, beef, a half of a chicken, and a full rack of our baby back ribs, served with double orders of French fries, baked beans, coleslaw, and garlic toast.
Oh, shoot, we'll be bringing most of that back with us.
Yeah, and it's right at $45. But you consider if you're paying, if you get the other combos, which are $20-something a piece, or even some of the other things they have, which are up to.
Well, you said they got a half a chicken on that thing. Shoot, that'll feed us 2 days alone.
But I'm saying the other things are like, you know, what, $14 to $20-something a plate and things like that. I'm just gonna say, go ahead and get that. We'll bring it home. We'll have food for 2 or 3 days. I can use some of them leftovers for videos to cook with.
We can show y'all some of it.
I can show you some of it, because I'll be showing it to you from the restaurant anyway. But yeah, I thought that sounded good.
No, Melinda, what she just described probably feed us for about 3 or 4 days.
Yeah,
and that's after eating on it while we're there.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't think that's a bad price for all of that, for the simple fact that most places you go to, you can get a half a rack of ribs, 2 or 3 sides, you're paying nearly $30.
Or more,
yeah,
depending.
Where you're going, yeah. Well, it's 6:33, Piggy. All
right. Well, folks, I'm going to call it a night. We're going to get busy making a video so I can eat.
Yep.
She done went and made me hungry. So, Piggy loves you. Come on. Quit messing.